Corona Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corona Cigar Studios for episode 255 of How About That Cigar Live. Thank you so much for joining us live on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Rumble. We are so grateful to have you guys with us. And of course, if you're an audio podcast listener, thank you so much for making us a part of your audio podcast rotation. Rumble, you're so excited about Rumble.
I love Rumble. I just love the name. Rumble, baby, Rumble.
So any of those platforms that you are watching us on or listening to us on, please don't forget, click on all the big, beautiful buttons, the subscribe button, the like button, the follow button, and leave comments right now. Let us know in the comments what you're smoking, what you're drinking, and follow along throughout after we bring on our special guest in case you have any questions. Put those in the comments.
There was a quick question. Some guy named Mike Palmer asked what Rumble was. So Rumble is another social media outlet out there that actually doesn't mind cigars.
Yeah, they are very free speech friendly, cigar friendly, and some of the other social media platforms are not quite
as friendly.
Not quite so much.
No, not so much.
So we have enjoyed having some very good viewers on Rumble over the last, it's really only 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's been going great. So Rumble is highly recommended.
I think we made 7 cents.
13.
13.
That was last I checked. So we may be up around 21 or 22 cents by now.
You know what? I feel like we're missing something.
We are definitely missing something. It is the cornerstone that holds How About That Cigar together.
Should we get the third musketeer?
Absolutely.
In here? Justin, come on down.
What's up?
There
guys?
he is. The man, the myth, the beard.
How's it going?
It's nice. It's kind of one of those gloomy days where it's like rainy. It's like I don't think so.
Suck my toe.
I think apologies are owed, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Well, at least you didn't call me Raul Julia again.
Well, again, it's early
yet. You know, you screwed yourself on that one, bud.
Yeah, it's coming.
He did play the father of the Munsters with the coolest dress, and he smoked cigars.
There you go. Yeah, he had great suits. He had a pretty wife. And he smokes cigars on TV. So,
that's pretty cool.
How can you hate the guy?
Hey, could be worse ways to go.
So yeah, just kind of a gloomy day here in Minnesota. Basically, it poured all day. I think it's still raining.
It is, but it cooled off a little.
It cooled. So that's the good thing is instead of, it was like high 80s, 90s, for a couple weeks now. And this week is supposed to be like high 60s, low 70s.
Love it
all week. And I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice, maybe a little more rain on Wednesday, and then nice again into the weekend. I don't know. I guess, you know how weather forecasts are, it's going to change. So just look out the window.
There's going to be some kind of weather outside. That's all we know.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Minnesota Twins are still on a hot streak. Really playing well right now. The good thing is, even against good teams, we've been playing well. And we swept the White Sox again. We're playing the Cubs as we speak. Last I checked, Twins were up. And we're only 4.5 games back from the Guardians. So hopefully Twins can keep this momentum going into, hopefully, a playoff spot. We'll see how that goes.
Right until they play the Yankees.
Well, literally, this is the funny thing. Regardless of whether you're talking about Yankees or Mets, this season, the Twins have won one game against New York teams. One single game. We beat the Mets once. Otherwise, we've lost every game we played against New York teams. We do not do well against New York teams, whether we're playing in Minnesota or in New York. It doesn't go well for us.
Hey, Mike wants everybody to know that he caught a lizard today. So,
oh wow,
there's that.
Was it in his pants?
I want to know if that's a euphemism or if he actually caught. Never mind.
So what else we got in sports? We got this thing called the Olympics.
Well, I haven't watched. Honestly, I haven't watched. Has there been anything interesting?
Well, our female star wrestler beat up the number one ranked female in the world. She dominated her.
That's good.
I think we're leading in overall medals, but we're still losing to China in the gold medals.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm not an Olympics guy. I don't really watch much, and I used to a lot when I was younger. 80s and 90s Olympics, but really, it's been. I don't know if I watched any serious Olympic coverage since maybe 98 or somewhere in that neighborhood, 96.
I mean, you could get paid $500,000 a day if you're Snoop, right?
Dude, it is. How awesome is it that guy is like America's sweetheart now?
He's we're stoned.
He's got his own Olympic pin that's showing him blowing smoke ring.
Yeah, and they paid $500,000 a day to be out there.
That's just awesome. I think it's fantastic.
And Martha Stewart sitting next to each other.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how those two are like best friends. That's the weirdest friendship in the history.
Hey, does anybody know where Palmer can get a good turkey sub at?
I'll just go with
let's let him tell us that when we get to the lightning round,
Well, we got a lot of other stuff to get to. Cigars and Baseball, September 12th in St. Paul, Minnesota at CHS Field. Brought to us by the Miracle League. The Miracle League puts together baseball facilities for kids with disabilities. So all the proceeds for Cigars and Baseball benefit the Miracle League. So you can still get tickets to Cigars and Baseball. What you're going to do is you'll go to cigarsbaseball.com. No space, no and. Cigarsbaseball.com and get your tickets. You're going to get great cigars at this event. You're going to get great local food from local eateries and restaurants. Those nothing bunt cakes, dude, that alone is worth going to Cigars and Baseball.
And another thing, we will be there.
And we will be there live covering the event like we have for the last, I think this will be our fifth. I want to say this will be our fourth year at the least at Cigars and Baseball. So yeah, great food, stuff from local distilleries, local breweries, and an absolutely phenomenal cause. While you can hang around this beautiful CHS field while smoking premium hand-rolled cigars and watching live baseball on the field. So do not miss this event.
It's pretty good, and it's for a great cause.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump into this week's Spirit of Mystery. And Spirit of Mystery is brought to us by our friends at Pospiech Cigars. Do you find yourself unsatisfied with the top 10 list from How About That Cigar? Are you wondering how cigars from Pospiech didn't make the HBTC list, but found their way onto other lists? Well, fortunately, you can be reminded every week with this Pospiech Cigars advertisement. Pospiech Cigars, the #1 unranked cigar in the industry. All right, we have a lovely beverage in our lovely HBTC glass right here. It has some good viscosity to it. It appears to hang on the side of the glass pretty well. It's got good color. The aroma is very nice. It smells like a bourbon, it smells like a bourbon, but I get a little bit of maybe punches of rye here and there. I'm going to take a little sip.
Okay. So I want to be honest with you. Full disclosure, I don't know what the hell that is.
You have no idea what this one is?
It was sent to us by Kyle Willis.
Did the bottle have a label on it? Hopefully the bottle had a label on it.
It has something on it.
Okay. Well, we'll read it after the show. But so far, it tastes pretty good. It's got good aroma, good flavor. Doesn't taste like it's high proof. Tastes like kind of nominal, around that 80, somewhere between 80 and 90 proof. But I've been wrong about that before because some of the higher proof ones, they do a good job at keeping them smooth. But good start to this. So we will check in later in the show.
I tried to read it, but the handwriting was too small and I didn't bring my glasses.
Oh, that's right. I'll look at it later. So let's get into things, guys. Let's get our special guest on the show. And as always, special guests on How About That Cigar Live, brought to us by our friends at Drew Estate. Following the resounding success of Blackened Cigars M81 Maduro, Drew Estate announced the new blackened S84 Shade 2 Black, wrapped in a luxurious Connecticut Ecuador cover leaf. The experience of this expression is distinctly different from the original M81 Maduro, while still retaining its foundational qualities due to the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro binder and filler leaves from Pennsylvania and Nicaragua. Presented in elegantly designed 20-count boxes, blackened S84 Shade 2 Black by Drew Estate is available in Robusto, Toro, Corona Doble, and Corona. For more information, please visit drewestate.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please put your hands together and help us welcome to episode 255 of How About That Cigar? From Pospiech Cigars, Mike Palmer.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Brother, it's our honor to have you on the show. Congratulations on the new gig. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you, Mr. Julia. That means a lot coming from you.
There we go.
There we go.
There he is.
Check off the list. Okay.
I wish I was as sexy as that old. Well, I guess he's worm food now, but back in the day, he was kind of sexy.
So, Palmer, what are you smoking this evening?
I am smoking. I'm starting off this evening with a BDP. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Well, maybe next time.
Very nice.
I'll come visit you again.
I took everybody's order because you were not happy with the selections I sent. So that's
no, we were very happy with the selection.
No, be honest. I was.
No, I was not at all.
I was.
He was.
It was a good. Well, yeah.
It was a lovely little variety pack. I thought it was awesome.
When the BDP originally came out, Matt was a little poo-poo on the name, so I didn't send any of those.
What does it stand for?
BDP?
Yeah.
Big Dick Palmer.
Here you go.
I ain't afraid of it.
Why do you not like that name?
Speaking of sound bites, there we go.
Yes, record that. You have that for everyone.
That is recorded on multiple platforms.
If not, I will do it here and send it to you.
Is that one of those things? Is that one of those things where you call, a 6'5", 300-pounder tiny?
Sure.
Kind of a reverse thing?
No, actually, Skip Martin gave me the name.
Oh.
Okay.
Skip's never been wrong.
We'll talk about that story off the air.
Skip's never been wrong.
No, Skip's never wrong.
We got great people in the comments too. Some great viewers.
Oh, hello, Mr. Nodal.
Mr. Raphael Nodal, absolute legend.
Yes.
Mike Shigigabkabakewicks. I don't know how to say it. Mike Stephen Cabbage is
That's pretty damn close.
Nice.
I've gotten so close now that I say his name like. I want to say I get his last name like 90% right.
Yep.
One of these days I'm gonna get there.
I thought it was stepping on cabbages.
Well, that you can say it that way if you want.
Can say it. He'll answer just about anything.
He'll answer it. Yeah, pretty much anything.
Right. He's accepted the fact.
By the way, I'm smoking.
Yes. What are you smoking, Mr.
Julia?
You
got to
do the hand thing. There. Up.
Oh, there.
There you go.
Which is it's pretty good.
Justy, what are you smoking?
I have the War Bear, I believe.
You do have the War Bear
on here, and
nice.
Let's see. There we go.
That's a phenomenal smoke.
That is. It's a really good smoke.
And myself, I'm gonna fire up the classic Postania Broadleaf.
There you go.
So good.
And I'm going to do that right now on the Cigar Toast Cam. Cigar is the leading cigar accessory brand with butane lighters, precision cigar cutting instruments, travel cases, and humidors. Each product is designed and manufactured with the utmost precision and attention to detail. The result is a range of products that exude quality and refinement, reflecting the brand's dedication to excellence. For more information, please visit Cigar.com. There we go.
He's so concentrated on reading that he doesn't ever notice the big smoke rolling by his face.
I'm trying just to always make sure A, that I can see the words, and B, that I don't char the absolute shit out of the end of my cigar, because I don't want to look like an amateur on the show. So I
couldn't really see the lighter though for that shot.
Oh well,
you're a little off center. There you go. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's the Cigar Tourim.
That's a nice lighter.
I like the
red.
This is the dual flame. I love red's my favorite color. So my shirt's more pink than it is red, but use your imaginations. So Mike, one of the things that because you've been on the show before, but we haven't had a chance to really get your your history, your backstory, and one of the things that we're curious about, before we get into cigars, is kind of your life BC, before cigars.
Before cigars.
Talk to us about your kind of professional life before premium hand rolled cigars.
Well, first of all,
yes.
Do you feel better not having carrying Mike right now?
Yes, it's just quite.
Shake it off.
Quite the obligation. Yeah, I just shook it all out before we got started, and was happy he's on the other end. You guys can kick him off the feed there, can't you? If you have to.
No, unfortunately.
No.
He kind of pays the bills, so we got to let him be what he's going to be.
Oh, that's right. He advertises. So he gets me too. He pays me now.
All right,
sorry. So I got to be nicer.
Didn't mean to distract you.
No. That's okay. I've been setting up factories in China for over 20 years now. It's a family business. My father worked for Kmart for seems like forever, and when he retired, he used his contacts he had made when he was a buyer at Kmart to set up this little network of factories over in China. And at one point, Ronnie Haisha is calling me on the phone.
Fucking guy.
Oh, geez.
I wish that we had the system where we could answer it on
we
the
could
air.
Answer it on the air.
Yeah, we don't have those that kind of money,
Right. No, I completely understand. we can answer phone calls, but we can't do live.
You could do live, but
but then I have to figure it out, and I've got so much else going on now.
I don't blame you one bit, brother. Not one bit.
So can we get back to China?
Oh, sure. So as Dad was getting older, he got to the point he didn't want to go to China as often anymore. So at the time, I was working for a hardware company, and I was traveling around the world and around the United States, building displays in Home Depots, Lowe's, over in England. They were called B&Qs. There was some stuff in the Virgin Islands down there when they put Home Depots down there. So anyway, he came to me one day and goes, "Would you like to go to China?" Just to go. So I went with him, and when he goes, it's not 4-star hotels. He would stay in local hotels. You eat wherever the factory people eat. You're hanging out in these dirty factories all day. Sometimes you have a customer with you, sometimes you don't. So at the end of the trip, he looked at me and he goes, "You did okay. You want a job?" And then from there, he just started weaning me on going alone. So first couple of trips he would go, and then maybe one trip he would cut out early. And then eventually I just started going by myself. And then I've been doing that, forever. And then the COVID sort of took a hit on my business when all those ships started backing up off the coast in Los Angeles there, the imports. So everybody started going to Mexico because a truck is a lot easier to get across the border than to get a boat unloaded and then get the union to put it on a train. And then the train people went on strike, so you got to find a truck. And in California, when something comes in from China, there's only certain trucks they allow in the state because of all their EPA regulations and things. So you got to get a truck at the port to take it to the border of California, and then you got to get another truck to pick it up in California and take it to wherever it's going after that.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, so I still do a little bit of that, but then I started doing social media for the guys here at the shop, and then the podcast sort of took off, and then this opportunity opened up. So I'm doing this now.
Nice,
cool. There's a lot of things that come up from Mexico.
Yeah.
Besides,
yeah. I think Palmer's more talking about legit goods.
Yeah, legit goods. Well, actually, you know what? My very first order I brought over from China was a load of
heroin.
Sex toys.
No.
Butt beads?
Disposable cameras.
Disposable.
So that goes way back. Disposable cameras, the ones you would get, and then you would send the whole camera in to have it developed.
Yeah, that's kind of dating.
Right. So the factory got sued by Fuji because the packaging was too similar, and they weren't allowed to sell those in the United States anymore. So I actually found a guy in Mexico, but we had to ship it to, and the boat got lost during a storm or something. Ended up on an island somewhere in the Caribbean for a couple of days. But yeah, my first order went from China to Mexico, and then onto a truck into the United States, and it was sold at one of those closeout places.
Holy cow!
So
your very first order was like kind of a cluster.
Oh yeah. That's the only way to learn. That's how we do the podcast. I mean, I just keep going until something messes up, and then once it messes up, you figure out how to fix it, and then that problem doesn't happen anymore.
You learn a lot that way, honestly.
I found these cameras. They fell off the boat.
There you go.
Kind of like
right.
off a truck.
Kind of like that.
Fell off a boat.
Kind of.
So So then, you said you started out doing social media for Cigar Hustler. So was it for the shop? Was it for like how did
everything.
You started doing that stuff? Were you just a regular customer?
This wasn't the paid part of that. Was well after I already knew the guys. Okay. I've known Mikey and Greg for probably going on 10, 11 years now. The social media thing goes back maybe a year and a half. Okay. I've been sort of doing that for them every once in a while for free, just as a side thing, just to help them out and stuff. And it got to the point where the brand was growing and the shop was growing. They had to have somebody designated. You know, like there's 6 of us here at the shop. Everybody was doing sort of a little piece of it, and sometimes it wasn't consistent. So they needed somebody to take over the social media and do all the funny posts and stuff we do at the shop. The entire staff still contributes to that. It's kind of a thing that they like us all to do. So that way we all make fun of each other, you know, or you make fun of yourself. But anything that has to do with an event or a new cigar that came in or something that's on special or something like that, that was something that I would do so that it would be consistently done. And so that the same person, you know, so the 2 different people didn't put the same post up too. That was a problem there for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. So then, and I'm loving kind of going through this chronologically.
Sure.
As things progress, then what did the conversation first look like when you guys, when the decision was made, let's do a Cigar Hustlers podcast?
Mikey came to me one day. So I have a group on Facebook called the Florida Cigar Club, and that's really how I met Mike and Greg. It's a Facebook group. It has 2,000 members at the moment. And I came into the shop one day to get some free stickers for something I was doing with the group. And back then, it was maybe 500 people, if that. So that's how I met them, because I only lived like 10 minutes from the shop. So eventually, because I worked at home with the Chinese stuff, most of my work is early in the morning and then late in the evening. So the middle of the day is kind of open for me. So I would show up at the shop and be waiting outside for them to show up so I could smoke cigars and work at the same time. And then eventually they just gave me a key, like, come in, do what you want, you know, turn on the TVs, turn all the lights on, sit there and start working. And then when somebody comes in, they'll count the drawer and unlock the door.
Okay.
So that's how I got the key. And then the guys needed to take a trip to Nicaragua. And back then they opened. So either Mike or Greg was the one that opened all the time. And they were racking their brain trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do now for this week when we're not here? You know, we don't have, back then, we don't have enough people to take somebody off a night shift and put them in the day shift. So I raised my hand and I said, I already have a key. If somebody can show me how to run the register, I can, you know, I'm good till 3:00 till somebody comes in.
Yeah.
It's not that big, you know, it's retail. It's not rocket science. And I was an assistant manager at Kmart before I started working for the hardware company. So it wasn't that big a stretch. So that's how we sort of got on the payroll.
Yeah.
I even still work Friday. I work Fridays here at the shop. I run the shop on Fridays. It's fun for me. It keeps me involved with everything that's going on. The customers seem to like me, and I goof around with them. And then if there's an event, I work the event. It's usually on a Friday night. Cool. So
yeah.
Maybe you should start a shop up here. I'll work for you.
There you go. Hey, I got to tell you, Ro, there was a lot of free years before I was getting paid. So
I got one under my belt.
Jump ahead.
Yeah. We both got experience working in retail for free.
Yes, sir.
So the Cigar Hustlers podcast.
Yes. Oh, so Mikey came to me one day and he goes, you know what? I'd like to start a podcast.
Okay.
I went, okay. Yeah. Okay. He goes, I need you to figure out how we do that. I'm like, what? Yeah. Figure it out. It's a great idea. We should do that. Like, okay.
And go.
Right. So we bought we bought a bad microphone in the beginning with just audio. And then, you know, after we figured that out, we're like, well, we need new microphones. Oh, you know, there's this YouTube thing, Mikey. We need to go on YouTube. We need cameras. So the show just started growing.
Yeah.
So
just
and we're
pieces here and there.
Yeah, we're just a couple of idiots that sit there for an hour each week, and we just have a good time. We enjoy it. We make fun of people. I'm surprised everybody in the industry doesn't hate us by now. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
And now you guys are the number 2 podcast?
We're the number one. We're the number one.
Like I said, you guys are the number 2 podcast.
I will send you the photo from the number 2 podcast, man. Care. He took a photo with me at PCA. You're number 1.
In your heart.
In my heart.
In your heart.
In your heart.
Yeah.
In your heart.
We're second.
Technically number 1 on Podbean.
Well, in my heart, I have a net worth of $187 billion, but on paper, I have 87 cents in the bank. So,
wow, you're rich.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's double what I have.
I identify as a millionaire. One of those things.
Yeah, I identify as rich and handsome.
Yes.
Oh,
that is how I identify, and I expect you to respect that.
Yeah.
Yes, and address you accordingly.
Whatever the hell that.
That means. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, Ronnie.
Hi, Ronnie.
Yes, he's typing like crazy. It's hard to see.
Oh my gosh.
He's like that puppy when you walk in the house that doesn't leave you alone till you pet it.
Ronnie, we got to get Ronnie back on the show one of these days soon.
I got a date open.
Get everything. Get everything.
In November and October when you're on vacation.
So what? When you first got into premium cigars, that's one of the things I don't think we've ever covered with you. How did you first get to know premium cigars and discover that it was and how did that grow into being, a hobby, a big time hobby for you?
Well, I started smoking when I was 18 years old. Okay. Backwoods smokes, stuff you buy at gas stations and stuff. And then from there, it just sort of grew, the standard Macanudos, the Monte Cristos, all that kind of stuff everybody smokes. And now I've been married 3 times. So I sort of stopped for a little bit because wife number 2 did not like me smoking cigars.
Okay.
But wife number 3, as a school teacher, and like I said, I worked from home. She's assistant principal now. She's watching. Hi, honey, your assistant principal. Yes. But when she got home in the afternoon, I had not talked to a human all day. It's emails and spreadsheets, and that kind of stuff. Very few phone calls and things. So when she would walk in the house, I was like, "Hi, how you doing? What did you do today? Did you have lunch?" You go, "What I had for lunch? There was this thing on TV today that I saw." I was just driving her crazy.
And she's like, dude, it's so funny how that's like almost like the gender reverse,
right?
Where it's like she comes home and you unload on her because you need human contact so desperately, and
I need a person to talk to.
And so, what grade level is she an assistant principal for?
For the last couple of years, she's been an assistant principal at the high school level. But her ultimate goal was to be a principal of an elementary school. She was an assistant principal in elementary school before high school, and she really enjoyed the little kids.
Yeah.
So she made that known to the school board. When they asked, what would you like to be doing in 5 years, that type of thing, she would say, principal elementary school. So this year, just this summer, now they have moved her back to elementary. She's an assistant principal at an elementary school.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I know that my wife, being a kindergarten teacher,
right,
needs, like when she gets home, because I work from home, and when she gets home, she needs time to unplug.
Right.
And hear like silence for a few minutes.
Right.
And then she needs desperately contact and conversation with somebody who is a grown-up.
Oh, an adult. Yeah, grown-up. Right. So, somebody whose pants she doesn't have to change.
Yeah.
That doesn't help with you. So who comes over and
basically she'll her sister only lives a couple blocks
away.
Oh,
there you go. Perfect.
So, okay. Yeah, that's basically how that usually plays out.
Great.
So the next question is, after 60 years of you smoking, what made
60?
Thank you. Yes.
What made you?
That was nice. That was good, by the way. That was a nice shot. That was good.
Well, what made you decide to have your own cigar? How did that come about?
It was an opportunity. Mikey asked me if I wanted to make my own cigar, and who says no to that type of thing? Somebody's willing to help you and teach you, and more importantly, pay the bill for you to do it. So you don't pass it up. And Z from Cordova Morales, he's been a friend for a long time too. So he was like, "Who do you want to make it with?" And I was like, "Well, 1, Z is local, so and 2, I'm comfortable with him. I'm familiar with him. I can understand him when he talks most of the time. So he was the ideal choice."
Yeah. So then these things, kind of go, like you said, you grew things in levels, whether it was your involvement with Cigar Hustler, right, whether it was the way the podcast incrementally, you went from audio only, and then you got a camera, and then you added multiple cameras, and now you got a producer and all that stuff. And as things kind of gradually grow, the same thing kind of happened with you, with the way you were involved with Cigar Hustler, and also with, brands like Postania and all that. And then you started helping out with trade shows and stuff like that. And that really kind of brought you down a path that led to this awesome news that we got recently. So how did all that kind of lead to, what did it look like when you guys sat down and you became, the national sales manager for Pospiech Cigars?
Well, they've been looking for somebody for a while now. They tried just somebody in the state of Florida, and Mikey was still going to run everything else, and then that didn't work out. And then they've talked to a couple of brokers, and that didn't work out. But it's gotten to the point with everything else that Mikey does, he had to have somebody else to help take some of the weight off his shoulders. It just one man can only do so much.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know where he did ask me if I was interested in just being a Florida rep before he took somebody on, and I at the time really just wasn't interested in just doing Florida. I mean, that's that's a lot of windshield time. I had that. I was sort of a broker for about 6 months, 6 or 7 years ago for a couple of smaller brands, and it's too much to be gone that often at this point in my life. Now, I don't mind the travel. Every job I've had has had some sort of travel. Like with the hardware company, I was traveling. I was leaving on Sundays, coming back on Friday night or Saturday, and then laundry and back out again on Sunday. But that's how I burned out wife number 2. So that doesn't work out. So Matt Booth was here not long ago, and him and Mikey were talking over in the private lounge. We had just shot a Patreon show with Matt in here. And I guess from what little bit I understand, my name came up somehow in the conversation. And when I came in there and sat down, they were talking about the kind of person that Mikey needed for this job. And they both just kept looking at me. And I didn't understand what was going on. So after Matt left, Mikey took me aside and made me the offer. And we talked about it for a few minutes. I said, well, I need to talk to my wife. I need to think about this. So the next day I told him, more importantly, my wife is in, but I'm in also.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, now Greg wants to talk to you. And I went, oh, shit. So Greg and I, the next afternoon, he took me down to the private lounge, and he actually interviewed me like he would interview anybody else.
Yeah.
He asked me all the questions he would normally ask, and and I had the answers. And there's one question Greg always likes to ask during an interview for some reason. It's you're standing in a spot, and you go, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like you turn right and go 1 mile, you turn left and go 1 mile or something. You do this thing 4 times, and he goes, where were you standing? So since I've heard him ask that for years, I knew the answer. And I was really looking forward to him asking me that question. And then he didn't ask. So I was very disappointed at the end of the interview.
Well, what's the answer?
Yeah, what's the answer?
North Pole. It's something Elon Musk likes to, the Greg read. He asked during every interview he does or something.
Oh, interesting.
So later that night, I just texted Greg. I said, North Pole. And he goes, what's that? And I go, you didn't ask me the question.
Oh, man.
So
you were all looking forward to this like famous interview.
Yeah, this famous interview question. He always asks people, and then I got nothing. But he asked questions like, what kind of condition your car's in, and do you mind being gone? All that kind of stuff that's important for them to know. So I guess Greg was sold on it too. So because here we are.
Nice. So, and I know it's different for every brand, because different brands have different titles and they have different sort of responsibilities, I guess, laid out for different roles.
Right.
So when you guys, discussed it, what are the things that you are going to be your focus for the brands? Because for those who don't know, our listeners and viewers, Pospiech is like an umbrella, and there's brands underneath that umbrella. So what's going to be your primary like parts of the business?
Well, I'm sure it'll change as it keeps going, but currently I'm in charge of building a sales team as we grow across the United States. I'm gonna, since I have so much connections and time here in the state of Florida, I'm gonna focus personally on the state of Florida at this point now and visit shops here personally. But the out-of-state stuff will be mostly phone calls, and then if there's events or things that have to be made, I will travel nationally to do the events. But it's just everything that a national sales manager would do. Except I cut Mikey's grass now on Saturdays too. But other than that,
all right, I got a bone to pick with Ronnie. He said that was the worst pronunciation I've ever heard. So So, Mike, what is the brand name of the umbrella company?
Pospiech.
Thank you. That's exactly
what you said.
I wasn't trying to say Postania because
that's what he thought you were trying to say.
Postania is one of the brands.
One of the brands, yes.
Umbrella. So, remind our viewers the other brands underneath the umbrella of Pospiech Cigars.
Sorry, Mikey's complaining about my yard work. I'll be there this Saturday, Michael. There was a storm last week, and I didn't get it mowed. I'm very sorry.
Oh, he'll get over it.
Yeah, there's Postania. There is Senziafina, which is Rosie and Sam's brand. There's Fosforo. Oh, right, he's still typing. Sorry. There's all the LE. So there's BDPs. There's the Ezekiel, FQ. We still have Chogui cigars.
Okay.
We still have a little bit of Guaymaro left over.
Is Fable still a thing?
Fable is still a thing.
Okay.
I knew there was one I was missing. Thank you. That was the one.
Because I've seen them on shelves recently, so I knew they were still alive and kicking.
Yep, still alive and kicking.
Good.
So when are we going to have another release of the Ezekiel?
Oh, yeah.
We still have some in stock. I don't know if he's doing Ezekiel 2 or not. Some things Mikey likes to keep to himself, and then when it gets closer and I hear him talking to somebody on the phone, that's usually when I find stuff out.
He can't do that anymore. You're his right hand.
Yeah, I keep telling him that. I keep telling him that all the time.
Jeez.
The best thing when Mikey and Greg used to have meetings, Greg would ask me to leave the room because I wasn't officially anybody, and then Mikey would just tell me what they talked about after they finished their meeting. So now Greg doesn't ask me to leave the room anymore, so I don't have to hear it secondhand. So that's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
So does Ronnie carry any of your cigars?
Ronnie carries all the cigars but the BDP. He bought some and then found out what it stood for, and then he exchanged them for something else.
Really?
Yes.
The guy that has no filter exchanged them for something else.
Well, he said it was hard to sell.
You can make up something else.
Yeah, just make up something else.
Right. But I will tell you this, though. My brand has been attacked by several other people on social media. Ronnie is the first guy to jump up and fight for me. So I can't be too hard on Ronnie.
Ronnie is one of those people, and we've told other people this. Ronnie is one of those people, not just as a retailer, but as a person, that he is fiercely loyal.
Yes,
and
extremely.
When he is on your side, he will fight until he's got nothing left to for on your behalf. So
yes.
we love that about him. Absolutely.
As most of the guys are in our group, we're hard on each other, but nobody else gets to fuck with us, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and it's that way with the media guys too, cigar media. That Mikey and I say we're not media, but we're happy to be included. It's the same way. We all give each other a hard time, but nobody else is allowed to.
Well, and one of the things, and I've told people this both on the show and just personally, because people will say, "What other cigar podcast do you listen to?" And I always say Cigar Hustlers podcast because
thank you.
It is. You guys always run a very tight ship where it is, it's pretty much right at that 1 hour mark, if not a little bit less. If it gets more than that, you split it into 2 episodes.
Right. That's all the time Mikey can give us each week is just an hour.
Well, and also the fact that, and it sounds weird when you're talking about a cigar podcast, but there's not necessarily that much cigar talk. You guys just talk about family and what's going on and in the world, and it's funny. I laugh every single time that I listen to it, and
thank you.
I have an absolute blast listening to you guys, and
thank you very much.
It's one of those, and I do listen to a lot of the cigar podcasts that are out there, but I just love you guys because you make me laugh every time. And
thank you.
It is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
We're an entertainment show. If you get some information out of it, that's good. We're happy, but we're just there to entertain everybody.
Yeah, it's a blast listening to. And let's see.
Oh, congratulations, Matt! You get to be next week's listener of the week. Apparently,
brother. No, give that to somebody deserving. I don't feel.
We pick people for less reasons. You're fine.
Cigar Hustler crew is best in the game. The entire crew came out for our event. Everybody's a hard worker. Everybody's love, and they sell. Nobody better than Chet. Chet, and I have to apologize to Chet. I still owe Chet a T-shirt. So Chet, I apologize. It is still on my radar. I'm not going to give excuses. It's been a weird year, but you are going to get your T-shirt, Chet. So, no worries there. One of the things that I love hearing you guys talk about, and it's not like a regular thing anymore, on your show,
right?
But the whole Florida man thing, because Florida man is just like, it's funny. You can talk to people from just about anywhere in the world,
right?
And almost universally they'll laugh when you say a Florida man, because Florida man stories are so just if you didn't actually read it in the paper or see it on the news, you wouldn't believe it was true. It sounds like a comedy bit. Most of these Florida man stories.
Yeah, the funny part is there's not one every week.
Right.
If there was, I would love to put it on. Sometimes I Google funny Florida story and there's nothing, or it'll give me an old one.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the listeners send me that stuff too.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the great things about doing this too, is you'll get somebody will send you something on Instagram and say, oh, you got to do this story, and I get suggestions from people about Número de los Muertos and that kind of thing.
Right.
So after all the different Florida man stories that you've talked about on the show, does one stand out as the one that you think is the funniest or the most outrageous, and that you had to look up like 3 different times to find out if it was actually true?
There's always some guy who's naked being arrested. Those are always good. It wasn't a Florida man story.
That was me, actually.
It might have been. Yeah,
that was a Minnesota.
They
man.
did mention that he had a pink shirt on. So
yeah, it was a pink,
no bottom.
Pink
no
shirt,
bottom.
No
he
bottom.
was just porky pigging it around the lake up there. We did a story one time on. How can I don't want to lose your show name.
Let it rip. Don't worry about it.
All right, there was some body parts from men smuggled into some country or something, and they were frozen on a freighter or something. And I don't know. We just took that and ran with it for like 15 minutes.
So we're talking about frozen penises.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were saying how big they were and stuff. So
are we talking these are actual penises, or
according to the story, that's how the story read. That's what was so funny about it.
So these weren't like sex toys. These were
no, these were actual male penises for some reason. And since they were going on, and how big they were, we were making jokes about, well, they must be from Africa, and what are they doing with them? And I mean, I don't know if the Chinese, I think they were going into China or something. I don't know if they were grinding them down into a powder or something. But it was just a hilarious story. And we just laughed and laughed.
Shipment?
I mean, I never got any tracking confirmation on whether or not it was
bastards.
Well, apparently they were all seized. So,
Well, I mean, it's not bad to have your penis seized, but
Well, if it's not attached, you lose all the all the bonus from
the. What did they do with them? Did they DNA test them to see if they were from dead people, or
I don't.
A bunch of dudes walking around without penises?
Yeah, I don't know. What do they sell them to make money or something? I don't know. Like a kidney, but you don't have an extra one. So
I literally am just in my head. I'm picturing this gigantic steel shipping container. And they open the doors, and
they all fall out.
A big bag of dicks fall out.
Thousands of rock hard, like nitrogen frozen penises, just like avalanche down on top,
falling on top of you. Exactly.
That's how Bobbitt got his back.
Maybe that was his replacement parts.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, he ordered a replacement.
Pick the one you like, there, Mr. Bobbitt. Which one would you like? We have plenty to choose from here at Matt Ty's House of Peanuts. Which one would you like?
They're not from China.
Well, some of them might be.
No, they were going to China. They were going to.
Oh,
right.
Well, you choose your country of origin. Do you want one from Ireland? Do you want one from China? You want one from Zimbabwe? Do you want one from, Chile? Do you want one from Nicaragua?
The Chile ones are spicy. You want one of those?
Just choose your country of origin. Well, there's got to be something in this shipping container that's.
Oh, that's right. Danny Nipper said maybe that was Matt Booth's order. That could be possible.
That could be.
That makes a lot of sense.
That'll be the new swag at PCA next year.
Right. Yeah. But all that STG
around the chain.
Right. Well, he did the condoms before. It's just the next step.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the next logical step. Absolutely.
My wife is watching. Oh, that's nice.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I love it.
How you doing?
So
wait. We got to back up a little bit. We were talking about how I started smoking. Yeah, with that further back.
Okay.
Keep up, Raul. Keep up. How I got into premium cigars. So I told him my wife wanted somebody, told me I had to find something to do. So she said you need to find a hobby. So I started smoking cigars more, and then I joined a Facebook group on about cigars on Facebook, and it was like a national group or something. So you still never met anybody. So it didn't help my problem. I still had nobody to talk to. So I spun off and started my own group, which is the Florida Cigar Club. So the main rule was you had to be in the state of Florida. So that started with 5 guys, and then it just kept growing, and it got to the point where the other group got mad because I was becoming more successful than them, so they kicked me out and all my members.
Wow.
Very nice.
Right. So then from there, so we're all over the state of Florida. We used to have weekly events. We had like 7 weekly events at one time in different parts of the state. So if you wanted to, you could go to a shop where guys from your club were hanging out. So so that's how I met Mikey and Greg with the stickers. That was the group I was talking about where I was doing some type of giveaway, and I talked to him through social media, and they have those Cigar Hustler stickers that they give away for free. So I came in and got a handful of those, and then that's how I got into the cigars. So it just sort of has taken off, and now we're at, like I said, over 2,000 people. The group is 7 years old, and there's tons of shops in the state of Florida. So that's another reason why I'm concentrating on Florida. I know, a dozen to maybe 20 different cigar shop owners, which doesn't help you as much as you think, but it does get you in the door, though.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And, we talk about it a lot that being up here in Minnesota, don't get us wrong, there are amazing shops up here.
Right.
Especially, around the Twin Cities area, there's amazing shops. And even if you travel a little bit, Ramsey Smoke Shop, Omar's Place, and
I thought he was getting excited. I didn't know what Raul was doing.
That's usually here.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
So
I was giving you credit that maybe it was big and a little higher.
Oh, big and high?
Right.
Yeah, could be both.
Could be.
But you got Ramsey Smoke Shop, Tobacco Grove, Stogies on Grand, Sodies.
The original Burn.
The original Burn, and more. And then you go a little bit further out, you've got Smolder down in St. Peter.
Mm-hmm. And that's about it, 10 of us.
But Florida really is a great state to live in if you love premium cigars.
Sure, right.
Because there are shops, there are so many great shops, and some of the larger shops that have multiple locations, like Corona Cigar Company, like Smoke Inn, can be found in the state of Florida. And so you guys really have a lot to work with. When you guys have, because I know you've seen this, a number of times working or just even spending time at the shop.
Right.
You're going to have a lot of maybe not a lot, but you'll have the occasional days when sales reps or brokers, come through the door.
Right.
How do you guys like to approach that when you see a sales guy or a broker come through the door?
Well, they usually deal with Greg. Greg is usually that guy because, he's the money man. So he's the one. Mikey sits in on him sometimes when he can, when he's available. But, then they decide together what they're going to bring in and what they're not going to bring in. So that's another thing. I mean, I know all the reps now in the state of Florida, too, from being in our shop and from traveling around. So they're all been very nice to me with his new job, with helping me out with store list. Or, I guess there's like a secret network where they, give each other tips and stuff that I've been put into now. So,
yeah. And kind of the reverse of that is for you now, you're going to be spending time at shops.
Sure.
With, promoting and, trying to, spread the word of Postania and the other cigars under the Pospiech umbrella. So because every sales team, every salesperson has kind of an overarching philosophy on the way they like to communicate with shops, whether it's in person or on the phone. So
right.
what's kind of your just like the Cliff Notes nutshell version of your philosophy?
Sorry, Mike just said we have somebody run out for the back with a potato sack and his mouth taped shut, putting the rep to
with the ball gag in their mouth.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Duct tape. That's perfect.
And a frozen
penis. I'm sorry. I lost the question altogether.
A frozen penis hanging around their neck.
Right. A frozen penis in their head. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I got lost.
So your philosophy
yes.
for sales for not
okay. I got you.
But also just like you're stepping into you call ahead, you make an appointment with the owner, you're stepping into that cigar shop maybe for the first time. How do you like to handle those interactions?
Well, I've only made one technical call. I just started on the 1st, and actually I'm going out tomorrow to visit my first set of stores. And for those that are existing customers, I called ahead if I knew somebody, that if we had a name and a contact for the store. But the other ones are close enough to those where I'm just doing a sort of a pop-in type thing to introduce myself, pass out a card, leave samples possibly, if they're interested or even if they're not interested as far as that goes, really. But the other ones, I'll try to give them a heads up that I'm coming. And then I also like to put it in the Florida Cigar Club group because, it's always nice if you walk into a shop and there's, even 2 guys that already know you, that are customers, that are sitting in there waiting to, smoke your cigar. So, and then the ones that are out of the state, it's just cold calls. If they're not already an existing customer, we don't have a name already.
Yeah.
So we've got quite the spreadsheet built up of existing customers. We got some information from different places for other shops that we're not already involved with.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's funny because a lot of the salespeople and sales managers, sales directors, whatever from cigar companies that I've talked to over the years, and I did sales a really, really long time ago, before smartphones and stuff like that. But we've talked to so many different salespeople, whether it's on the show or just having conversations in cigar shops or at PCA or other events. And, inevitably you talk about, sort of family life, that kind of thing. And somehow the conversation gets turned to, when you're on the road, what do you like to eat? What do you like to listen to when you're behind the wheel? And almost without fail, like so many of these salespeople are like, I don't listen to music or audiobooks when I'm on the road. I'm on the phone all the time. They're like, if I'm on the way to a shop, I got 10 phone calls. So I'll be on the road for 3 hours and it'll be straight phone calls that whole time. And then, so in your experience and even, experience before the cigar business, when you're traveling a lot, is it just a ton of time spent on the phone, either following up on previous meetings or whatever it may be?
Sure. I mean, that happens all the time. I am a little, the only part that concerns me is if somebody calls while I'm driving, I have to figure out how to take the order over the phone while I'm driving.
Sure.
Which I'm sure there's a way to do that. I just haven't figured out what it is yet. Without crashing the car. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You just pull over. But if you're on the highway, that could be a little difficult. But you could always, go, hey, can I call you back in 5 minutes? And then, first exit, you're off. And then
or just say, hey, I really appreciate the order.
Just chit chat for a minute while you're looking for a place to pull over.
Yeah, as soon as we hang up this call, just text me back what you just told me. How many boxes of this you want and how many boxes of that you want, and text me and I'll take care of it.
That's an option too, but I don't want to have to put extra work on them.
That's a good point. I like that.
If they've already gone to the trouble to figure out what they need, I don't want them to call me and then I go, hey, I'm a little busy right now. Can you text me that order?
Yeah.
I'm not Pete Hernandez, so I'm not going to do that.
So, Mikey, I'll give you the same option I give to most of the people that I like that come up to Minnesota. When you come up to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa, one of us will help you out and then ride along with you. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to offer to let me stay at your house, but that's nice.
Well,
too.
that too.
You can.
That too. Absolutely.
Do you have a fire pole in your house, Raul?
I do not.
It's not a fire pole, but
it's a stripper pole.
But it is.
Oh,
it is
good.
It is a smooth metal pole.
Oh, okay.
that's floor to ceiling length.
Yeah, she likes me dancing for her.
Nice.
Whatever makes the wife happy, I'll do
Sure.
it.
I'm not opposed to making a little extra cash on the road, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta pay the bills.
Right. Whatever gets me a free room, you know.
But yeah, you make the trip up here. Raul is a incredible tour guide around the shops here in the Twin Cities area.
So what you said there was five shops?
Oh, there's
8.
8 to 10, depending.
Oh, it's a day and a half. Okay, no, that's
if you're willing to travel, a little outside of the actual metro area, then there's a really nice shop down in St. Peter, called Smolder Cigar Emporium.
Would they have?
They've got your products.
Already.
They've got your products already on the shelf.
Oh, nice.
And then if you go to Wisconsin, there's before you get to Milwaukee, there's a few within a 3-4 hour range, and then there's some in Iowa too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you make the trip up here before November. Before October.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna black out that area in the wintertime.
Yeah, basically stay in Florida and stay in the southern states during the winter months. We love you, but don't come here in January because it'll make you hate us. It'll make you hate us.
Right.
And we don't want you to hate us.
I grew up in Michigan, so I am used to the cold. Wouldn't be the word I use, but I am familiar with the cold.
Okay. How old were you when you moved to Florida?
Well, we lived in Florida most of my life when I was younger, and then when I was 15, my brother graduated high school in Florida. I was 15, and then Dad got moved to the international headquarters or whatever they called it in Troy, Michigan for Kmart. So we all packed up and moved to Michigan when I was 15, and then the first chance I got, I moved back to Florida when I was like 22.
Yeah.
So I learned how to drive in Michigan in the snow. In a Nissan pickup truck that was rear-wheel drive.
Oh, beautiful!
And we lived in a valley, so you had to go down and up to get out. Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh man,
it was terrible.
All right, so
that's where I know Ronnie from Michigan. Ronnie's
Oh yeah.
Right, he's a Michigan guy.
All right, so if you're able and willing to divulge a little potential classified information. For the brands under the Pospiech umbrella, Postania, Fable, Guaymaro, FQ, and others,
and BDP.
Yes,
and
BDP. Yeah, don't forget BDP.
Anything new on the horizon? What are we looking at?
That's again something you'd have to ask Mikey. I don't, like I said, I don't find things out unless it's by accident. So
okay,
but he's always working on something.
Yeah,
there's always
I know.
something going on.
That's the cool thing. There's the brands are always, the good brands are always hard at work.
Right.
Making sure that their existing blends are the best they can be and that little fun stuff coming out here and there. So
we have talked about maybe doing a second BDP. I guess I can tell you that because I'm involved with that one. So that is something that is possible. I've already got the name and the artwork and everything. We're just deciding when the right time would be to make a new one of those.
Okay.
I hope in 6 months he loosens up his lips and gives you a little more information.
There's something he knows. He just knows we're not ready to drop it yet. Yeah, that's true, too.
I'm not, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So a free idea. Use it if you want to.
Certainly. Let me write this down.
Throw it on the scrap pile of history if you don't.
I got a pen. Go ahead.
BDP.
Yes.
DP. Make it a double-ended cigar.
Oh, Fratello did that. It didn't really work well, I think.
Okay. Well, just a thought.
I'll tell you, the band now is black and red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the new band will be red and black. So everything that's black will be red, and everything that's red will be black.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a secondary band that says sex tape. So that's sort of a nickname Mikey gave me because he says I make people famous.
There you go.
So that'll be the tag for the cigar. BDP sex tape will make you famous.
All right. Well, let's get the blend too, since you're sharing.
Make the cigar box look like a VCR.
Oh, that's a great idea.
There you go. I love that. That would be awesome. I can't wait. All right. So I think
it's time.
I think it's time.
I think it is.
Is it time? What's it? It's a time.
All right, guys. It is now time for this week's Numero de los Muertos.
Was that recorded? Did you guys do that live?
We always do the vocal part live, and then the little.
Do you practice? That was amazing.
We've done it so much that it's like kind of second nature.
Wait, there was no 1, 2, 3, go or nothing.
Justin hits the magic button on the soundboard to play the little scary horror movie music.
And then right after that, David hits.
Yeah, and David always hits the comments with the dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun.
All right, and it's brought to us by our friends at Smoke Inn.
Honestly, agree with the GOAT to tell you about Smoke Inn's Cigar of the Month Club. Every month, I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Every month, there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. All delivered to your door for $34.95. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace.
All right.
What a
Numero
great
de los
commercial.
Muertos,
Great.
episode 255. This one's weird this week.
Really?
Palmer, you know how this works.
Yes.
So I'm going to give the number, and this is the number just for the recorded deaths so far in 2024 worldwide. So 2024 so far from this cause in 2024.
What is it? Can we get a hint or anything?
Yeah, something. I mean,
Well,
a number.
You guys know.
Is it a workplace?
Oh, sorry, I didn't give the number. The number. Shit. You guys. I'm like,
I've seen the show. There's more to this.
no.
Yeah.
I didn't.
What?
I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? I haven't
Yeah.
even given the
A
fucking
number of people have died of this year. Okay.
So far in 2024, the recorded number is 8,
8.
Oh, a low number.
and this is worldwide.
David Floyd says, I'm guessing that's a no.
Ferrets coming out of your butt.
They usually don't come out once they're in, unless they
Wow.
get medically
That's
removed.
true.
Ferrets. No, ferrets are not involved.
Are animals involved?
Animals are involved.
Oh.
Oh, is it a workplace accident?
No,
Oh, I like
Not
I
a
didn't
work-
think about it though.
not a workplace accident. Yeah, I have. It's possible that some of these have been workplace accidents, but it's not.
Oh.
It's not really thought of.
Police
that way, I
canines
guess.
killing people.
Not police canines.
Automobiles involved?
Automobile involved.
Vehicles are not involved.
You said animals are involved.
Animals are involved.
What's that Skip always say? Autoerotic asphyxiation?
Not
no.
that.
Oh, he didn't seem to be in the gallery today, so I thought I'd say that for him.
Trampled.
I'll say not trampled. I will say this too. Here's another hint. In the 10 years prior to 2024, the yearly average worldwide was 20.
Oh, so it's
People.
down.
20 people dying from this. Now, and
Luciano says,
we're in August, early August, and we're at 8 so far in 2024.
Luciano says, bubonic plague rat.
Rat piss. No, it is not bubonic
Is
plague.
it a particular type of animal?
It is a particular animal. It's not animals in general.
Not shark bite?
Not shark bites.
Are these animals on land?
This is a land animal,
And it's not dogs.
not dogs.
Not by lions, tigers, or bears, oh my?
Nope.
Okay.
Worldwide, so they have to be everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean, they're not everywhere, but it's every.
We're right. It's not like a hippopotamus because those
Yeah.
are kind of scarce in America.
Yeah, they're like 130.
So are they getting
180.
killed by the animal? Or is it something they're getting from the animal?
They're getting killed by the animal,
Okay. Koala bears?
not koalas. Bitten
Bird-
by Matt
Matt
Booth.
Booth.
No, it's not bitten by Matt Booth.
Bird attacks.
Not birds. These are land animals.
Oh, land animals. Ostrich. Oh, that's not in America either.
Oh, not ostrich. No, that's a good one though. I should.
Somebody said
Bison.
snakes. David said snakes. Snake bites.
Not snakes.
Bison.
Not
getting
bison.
trampled.
Stampede.
Not Stampede.
Is this animal a mammal?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh. Dog attacks.
We use that. I said
Oh, wait, you said that one? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't listen to him at all when he talks.
What'd you say? I didn't say anything.
Spit from a llama.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Gross. Not spit.
I don't think that'll kill you.
It is not kangaroo.
Kicked in the head by a donkey.
Donkey.
Nope, not a donkey.
Kicked in the head by a cow?
Nope.
Anything to do with the cows?
No cows.
Choked by cat.
Is it a bloody injury?
It doesn't give specifics on all the deaths, but
there's only 8.
I'd say quite a few of them. Okay, quite a few of them are wounds that would be bloody. Yes.
Oh, so it's like a bite.
It's a bite.
Some type of some kind of attack.
Other type of injuries that would cause heavy bleeding.
Is it a horned animal?
No.
It's not the bunnies that got the head chopped off at my house like last weekend by the falcon with the little
Did you
nose.
seriously have a falcon tear up some bunnies at your
chopped
place?
the head off, decapitated it, and the little like nose with the like.
Did you
the
get it on
whiskers.
video?
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
that would have been cool.
We've got a regular here at the shop where raccoons attack his chickens, and he's got cameras outside, so he shows us the videos every once in a while.
Oh, nice, nice.
They sometimes reach up and pull their legs off through the grated cages and stuff.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, these raccoons are nasty.
It's not it is not rabies. It's not whales because we're looking for land animals.
Are they from claws?
No, not from claws.
So from teeth?
Not bear.
From teeth?
They can be from teeth. Yeah.
Mike, tell your guy to get a crossbow or a bow. It fixes those raccoons.
Pigs.
David Floyd.
What?
Pigs?
Wild pigs.
Wild pigs?
Yeah, and this is global. So globally,
wow.
Between 2014 and 2023, the average yearly number of fatal. This is funny because wild pigs are higher than shark attacks.
Huh.
So globally,
more of them.
Fatalities from shark attacks was 5.8, while the average number of global fatalities from wild pig attacks was 19.7.
Wow. It's open season on wild boars in Florida.
In 20, yeah.
All the time.
Texas too.
And in 2024, thus far, there have been 8 deaths from wild pig incidents globally.
Saying that's the best way to get rid of a body.
Oh, yeah. That's
they
how
eat,
they did
they
it on,
eat everything.
What was it?
Shave the head.
What was that show? Deadwood, where they fed them to the pigs.
Wasn't there a there was another movie where they did that too.
Not Lock, Stock, and Barrel, the other one by Ricci.
Oh, Snatch.
Snatch.
Yeah, they fed them to the pigs. Yeah.
The sequel, Clarice was the female character.
Hannibal?
Hannibal, yeah, the second movie.
Oh, the Red Dragon or
something.
I don't remember what they were all called, but
ate the face off the guy, and then they showed the guy with no face and stuff. It was
awesome. Awesome.
Not Snatch, Michael.
Well, it depends on what he's talking about. He might be talking about something completely different.
That is true.
No, that's okay. No judgment.
No judging at all.
All right.
We don't judge, do we?
We don't judge at all. No. It is time to.
That was this week.
Oh yeah, thank you. That was this week's Numero de los Muertos. Thank you.
Thank you, Floyd. Thank you very much.
So it is time to reveal this week's Spirit of Mystery, brought to us by Pospiech Cigars. So this is it tastes pretty good. It's a little bit on the milder side, but it's pretty good. This is one I would say it's decent, neat, but I wouldn't mind throwing this in a couple high quality cocktails as well.
It's actually 7 years old, and it's 119 proof.
That does not taste like 119.
It is a barrel pick.
Wow. Want me to try to read it?
No, I got it. Private barrel pick.
Private barrel pick. I'll say it could be some kind of a
private thing.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
I'm here to help.
Bullet or Knob Creek.
It is actually what Kyle was drinking the night that he did the show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what he was drinking. Damn it.
Does it say that on the bottle? That's a lot of writing.
Oh, I remember. It does have a lot of writing on it. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hard to read.
I can't.
Even with glasses, that'd be hard to read.
I have my glasses on, so let me see if
I can see what it is.
Oh, you
Smoke wagon.
Oh, a smoke wagon. Okay, nice. I like it. This is really smooth for 119.38 proof. Really smooth. Barrel picked by Smoke Wagon's founder and master distiller. Holy cow. This is, I mean, I will say, like I said before, it's a little, and this isn't a bad thing. It's not super duper complex, but it's super tasty. It's super smooth. The fact that I'm getting this kind of smoothness out of a almost 120 proof whiskey, it says a lot about it. So yeah, I enjoy this pour definitely, and I stand by the fact that I enjoy it neat, but I would also really enjoy trying this in some high-end cocktails, especially with that cocktail smoker that my wife bought for me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, use some like cherry wood smoke or something.
Oh, fancy.
You know, make an old fashioned with some wood smoke. I think that could be pretty good. So that was this week's Spirit of Mystery, brought to you by Pospiech Cigars. All right. Let's jump into the lightning round, brought to us by J.C. Newman Cigar Company, America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker, creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and The American. J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 113-year-old El Reloj cigar factory in historic Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. All right.
First, congratulations on all the commercials. This is really great, but it would like cut your show in half if you just stopped doing them.
Oh, I know.
We wouldn't have a show.
I know, but we wouldn't have a show.
Yeah, good point.
So
makes sense. I guess there's that problem.
It's like, do we do a shorter show, but we actually couldn't afford to do it, or do we do it? Yeah, it's.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, Michael, that's what we have to do.
No, but yeah, you guys stick with the hour show. I love the fact that you guys.
Well, if we had commercials, we'll just be longer. Just fast forward through those or something.
That's honestly, well, never mind.
Well, we had our own shop.
All right.
We don't even advertise for the shop.
That's true.
That's true, and I'm okay, and I respect the hell out of that. Honestly, I do. I can't remember when you were on the show before, Mike, which of the lightning round questions
Can I ask him a question though?
Sure.
You can ask him a question now.
There's a Patreon. How does that work? People pay
to hear that. We do an entirely different show for the Patreon. It goes anywhere from 30 minutes to the longest has been an hour and 15 minutes, which was last week with Pete Hernandez. But on that one, we review a cigar, and then believe it or not, there is actually some stuff we will not talk about on the regular show that we talk about on the Patreon.
Damn, I got to join.
What are
the
you
Patreon.
doing? What are you doing Thursday nights?
Staying married. That's what I'm doing on Thursday nights. Staying married.
And we might have a guest on that show that we, for one reason or another, they don't want to talk about what it is they want to talk about in front of a mass audience.
Okay. See, David, no, I am not paying you for this shit, Raul. Yeah.
You play one way or the other, buddy.
I cannot remember which of the lightning round questions you had when you were on the show before. So
I don't remember either.
All right. Here's
so just ask them all.
I'm gonna have Raul go to his question because I know you haven't had this question before.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna find something fresh on the list I have on my phone.
Raul's gonna ask the first question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not as big as you'd think it is. So
that's probably why you've been married 3 times.
Right. Next question.
So what's the most overrated fast food and underrated fast food franchise out there?
Underrated, I think, would be Arby's.
Wow, that is a dark horse answer right there.
But not the roast beef. They have the deli sandwiches. I like the deli sandwiches there.
Okay.
And then overrated, it's got to be McDonald's.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah, but the good thing about McDonald's is it's the same no matter where you go. So every once in a while you crave a McDonald's. My wife and I do, at least. We had it. We had it last Friday night. We were just been so long. We were like, you know what? We got to drive to the other side of town. We'll just go through the drive-thru and eat it in the car. And even if you get it in China, they have McDonald's in China. It still tastes the same. If you get the regular stuff, they have some weird stuff there too, but it's always the same.
China.
All
right. I found one that's. I've asked to somebody before. I don't remember who, but I love it because it's a super weird question. If your legs were replaced by animal legs, which animal would you choose?
Oh, I think I answered this one before.
Did you really answer?
Yes,
okay.
I think so. I think so. Right. But no. It's okay. I mean, nobody remembers anyway. Which animal would I choose?
I obviously don't remember it.
I think a horse. I'd like to be faster.
A horse. So just 2 horse legs.
2 horse legs. Like the myth. There's a mythological creature that has horse legs.
Centaur.
The centaur.
Yeah, the
right.
centaur.
Yeah. They run fast in the movies, so.
All right, so I'm going to throw another one in there too, because we have time. What record in the Guinness Book of World Records would you be most likely to achieve if you have not yet already?
Upset the most people in one day. I'm really good at that, apparently. Without trying, half the time I don't even try.
Okay. I don't know. I think you look at social media these days, you got a lot of competition.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of competition out there.
One of the bad parts about
mine right now.
One of the bad parts about this job is now I have to watch what I say on social media.
You have to be nice to people. It sucks.
Yeah, you got to be nice to people. There's certain, topics that you might have, talked about before that you don't want to cover because you don't want to upset people.
I posted about mayonnaise today.
I saw that.
And people are like, and I knew when I posted it, I was like, I was like, okay, I don't want to, if I read one more social media post about politics or politics or something,
right,
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. So I was like, all right, what? And literally we went on a camping trip. The family went on a camping trip, and this grocery store had Duke's mayo. I was like, this is the first time I've ever seen Duke's mayo in a grocery store in Minnesota. So we're buying it. I've never had it before. All I ever hear is people talking about Duke's mayo.
Right.
So we bought some, and we were all like, yeah, it's okay. It's
not as good as Hellman's.
It's all right.
Yeah, I like Hellman's too.
Yeah, I'm a Hellman's guy. I mean, here's what not to get too deep into like the cigar reviewer corner of reviewing mayonnaise, but so Hellman's is saltier. So I think Hellman's is better on on sandwiches, but I can see using Duke's in a recipe. Like if a recipe calls for like half cup of mayo or something,
like chicken salad or potato salad or something.
Yeah, it's not going to make it too salty. Now I've only had Duke's on sandwiches. I haven't made potato salad yet with Duke's, so maybe Duke's in potato salad is the bomb. I have no idea. You
have enough left in the jar, it looked like.
There's plenty left in there. So it's like, okay. But on sandwiches, just so far, made a sandwich, put some Hellman's on one side, put some Duke's on the other. I was like, I like Hellman's better because it's just on a sandwich, you want a little extra salt on a sandwich. Sure. And Hellman's is saltier. And Duke's,
what kind of sandwich was it, man?
It was just turkey and cheese, nothing fancy. Turkey sub. No, it was not a turkey sub.
I mentioned that earlier because Coop is on the search for the perfect turkey sub apparently now. So
yeah, I'm not big on turkey. I can't really give a vote because I'm not big on turkey subs. I'm more like Italian hoagies and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a bland sandwich.
I mean, if you're gonna have a turkey sub, you got to throw bacon on there to give it a little bit of extra something. But I mean, if you're talking national chain sandwich shops, I got to go with Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, hands down. Mike, what's your favorite sandwich? That's another one of our questions, but we're going to throw it out there anyway.
The one I get from Arby's is the Turkey Bacon Club.
Turkey Bacon Club.
So it's the turkey, the bacon, tomato, lettuce.
Yeah. And they got that bacon that's got the black pepper all over it, so it's a little extra.
Do they use Hellman's?
I haven't asked. I don't know. I'll find out for you for next time.
Hey, there you go.
Text me.
Okay, I'll text you.
Justin, have we done I can't remember if we did the zombie question before with Mike.
I'm pretty sure he's had the zombie question, right, Mike?
I don't know. Ask anyway. We have time to kill.
Yeah, we have time to kill.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Mike?
Sure.
The zombies are coming.
Right.
You have 3 people to pick for your zombie apocalypse survival squad from the cigar industry, who do you pick and why?
Well, Mikey, obviously. He's big and he's angry or passionate most of the time. So the zombies wouldn't stand a chance. His brother Greg, because as I understand, Greg has a lot of guns. And so there's two, and then third. Who would be the third? I'll pick Raul, so he could dazzle them with his acting skills, and he could show them scenes from the movie that he mentioned.
Love this dude.
Was in. Right. So
I love this guy, and I am partly angry, and I have a couple.
Partly angry. A couple of guns. You seem to be a big burly guy. You're a fireman, so you have axes and things.
And I have a little bit of EMS skills.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
I actually have a.
You call him Raul or Raul Julia?
Well, it'll be Raul Julia when we're fighting the zombies.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
And you,
The
you
living
only,
one. The
you
living
only
one. Not the dead one.
allegedly have guns.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Greg allegedly. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually have a zombie plan with my children. We've set this up years ago.
Let's hear it.
Then everybody will do it too, and then
We'll talk about it off the air.
Nah, I'll tell you, I don't care. In a zombie apocalypse, they are all supposed to head for the 7 Mile Bridge down in South Florida, and then we lock down the bridge, and then we start clearing it from the end of the bridge down to Key West. We clear out all the zombies, and then we hold the line at the bridge.
There you go.
And you can blow the bridge up.
Right? Yeah, if we have to.
Because everybody knows zombies can't swim. I mean, that's like
right. They just sink. So
Yeah, zombies can't swim. I found one crazy question on this list of mine that I.
Wait, David Floyd knows what kind of mayo Arby's uses, Raul. If you'll check your private messages.
I mean, these are important. These are important.
These are important things people want to know.
I don't know if you want to look at that.
Yeah, is it Fremunda mayo? Don't open
that
message.
If there's a photo, don't open it.
Don't open it. I'm not looking at it.
It's going to be that guy from COVID with the giant,
How the fuck did you get that?
Yeah, don't let's yeah. All right. Let's lighten let's lighten things back up again. I found this crazy question, Mike, and I have to ask you this.
Certainly.
So, which would you want to live in? A house made of cheese or a house made of cookie dough?
A house made of cheese.
Okay.
I'm a cheese guy. I love cheese.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I do too.
And cookie dough ice cream, I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not either. It's my wife's favorite flavor. I'm not a fan either.
I'd rather have Rocky Road.
I don't like Rocky Road either.
I don't like Rocky Road either. It's got nuts in it. Who puts nuts in it?
Because whenever you put nuts in ice cream, the nuts always get soggy.
Right. Who wants soggy nuts?
I don't like soggy nuts.
Who doesn't like soggy nuts?
Nobody likes soggy nuts.
Oh, apparently Raul does.
They're easy to chew.
Well,
that's important when you get older, by the way. So.
Well, it depends on what kind of mayo you put on them. Oh, boy. All right, let's jump into Notable Smokables, brought to us by Don Doroteo, a brand with both purpose and passion dedicated to creating change from within. By developing their own land, they're able to own the entire process throughout the life cycle of the plant. They methodically carry out each step, ensuring that the final product is of the finest quality. The new Salt of the Earth lines, Piedra Viva and Piedra Angular, are available now at Don Doroteo retail partners. Visit dondoroteo.com to learn more. All right. So each week we name a cigar that we smoked recently that was notable to us. Now, this could be a cigar that's been on the market for decades that we smoked for the first time in a very long time, or this could be a cigar that's brand new to the market that we smoked for the first time ever. So, Palmer, what's something you smoked recently that really stood out?
The new McAuliffe Blue.
Okay.
I was really surprised. I don't like many of their cigars. The rep comes in here every once in a while. We don't carry them, but he's coming in hoping that we do eventually. And he gave me one of those at the PCA, and it's a really good cigar. That's the one I always ask him for when he shows up.
Nice. I do have one from the PCA. I haven't taken the time to smoke it yet.
It's good, which is surprising because, like I said, I don't like much other of their stuff.
I do like some of their cigars. The black got a lot of really great ratings and stuff like that last year when the McAuliffe Black came out, and I do think the black is a good cigar. It just didn't really, get me like a lot of other people really loved that cigar. I thought it was okay, but the blue I definitely have to carve out some time and sit down and evaluate that one. Raleigh, what's yours?
Mine is
the
Ezekiel 2517.
We call that the Shepherd.
I thought it was pretty good, and I thought it was good when I first bought it, and it just got better with age.
Yeah. Some more of those on the shelf would be a welcome sight.
So you have them at your shop, huh?
Yes, we do have those.
Hmm.
And there's other places that have them too.
I might have to rub a couple nickels together and get someone.
Skip, we have no plans to order, but can we have some specific samples?
That's what I tell the guy, Skip, every time he comes in.
Yeah. Justy, what's your notable?
I did want to say one of our cigars, Michael. He's harassing me because I didn't say one of his cigars. That's a given. They're all good.
There you go. They're all good. See?
Especially the BDP.
There you go.
Where else you going to get tobacco from Nauru?
Nauru.
Anyway, sorry, Justin, I didn't interrupt.
All good. I'm going to go with the Ferio Tego Elegancia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good cigar, too.
Yeah, very nice.
What about yours, Matt? What was yours?
So mine was the Joya de Nicaragua, Antonio 1970 Gran Reserva, that box press in that 19. I mean, I've liked the Antonio 1970 for years, but that box press Gran Reserva, it's tasty. And it's bold. That's one of those, you know me, I'm one of those guys. I don't think many cigars are strong, but that cigar's got depth. So, you know, have a cheeseburger before smoking that cigar, and have some chocolates or something on hand to get a little extra sugar kick while you're enjoying it. But yeah, legit delicious cigar.
Speaking about chocolates,
Yeah, right on.
that leads us right into coming attractions.
It does, as a matter of fact. And coming attractions are brought to us by Hoagland Insurance. They are excited to serve and educate any new customers and give existing customers a refresher. Whether it's a business policy, auto insurance, home policy, or life insurance. If you are currently insured or just looking for a quote, Tony Hoagland and his team would love to create a personal price plan just for you. Mention How About That Cigar when you make your first appointment, and Tony will have a free cigar just for you. For more information, please call 763-421-4900 or visit ChamplinInsurance.com.
That's great. A non-cigar ad.
A non-cigar ad, yeah.
That's great.
He's a regular at Ramsey.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were trying to get Viagra, but they didn't want to.
Yeah, Viagra said no.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
We had for a
Hims?
while. No. Chet and I on the other show that we used to do, we tried to get Hims, but no work. But we had that company that sold the ball shavers.
Oh, Manscaped?
Manscaped. Yeah, we had Manscaped as a.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's legit.
They sent us a couple of sets to use and stuff, and say how we liked them on the air and everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, you like look at YouTube and
for a
podcasts
time they
like
were
that.
advertising with anybody.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So coming attractions next week on August 12th, we have Mike Giordano. More mics. It's like the month of mics. Not really, but it's so next week, August 12th, we have Mike Giordano and Michael Giannini from Quality Importers. All the brands under the Quality Importers umbrella, Cigar, Paleo, and many, many more.
Many more.
So excited to talk to them next week because from what I understand, they have a fun new announcement for us.
How about that cigar lighter?
As a matter of fact.
Oh, nice.
How'd you know?
Maybe.
Did you read our
I hear things.
Yeah. And Raul, tell them about the 19th.
The 19th, we're going to do another pairing, and we're going to go with charcuterie board pretty much, see how that works with cigars. We're going to have cheese, meat, nuts, Matt's favorite.
Not soft nuts. He doesn't like soggy nuts.
And chocolates. And then we're going to pair it with a Connie, Sumatra, and some kind of a Maduro.
Yeah. Maybe a broadleaf, maybe a San Andreas, something like that.
So maybe if the BDPs are up here by then, maybe we could smoke that.
Oh, there we go.
What goes good with nuts? BDP. There you go.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
For the 19th, you need them by the 19th?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
that's not a problem.
That I so appreciate that you came up with that idea because we'll have meats, cheeses. You know, we got salty, fatty, and then like olives and chocolates, and because you usually got a little bit of everything on a charcuterie board, you know. And sometimes even I've seen people put like like fruits, like dried
dried figs and stuff.
Dried figs and dried apricots and stuff like that. So maybe we'll even get something we'll put something together.
Throw a little mayonnaise on there, little pods of mayonnaise.
Little Dukes, little Hellmans. We'll have a side by side.
Right.
Maybe we'll get
How does that change the taste of your palate? And then we'll have another one which is creamy stuff. We won't tell you what it is.
Yeah, the mystery cream. Never mind.
Mystery cream. Oh, it's perfect. I'll send you something for that too.
Oh, got him.
Along with those freeze dried dicks.
I thought we had to join the Patreon for that one.
Well, ours, yes, but and you guys are friends. I can hook you up.
There you go. I love it when things go off the rails, and this went off the rails in a beautiful way. So, Mike, if you would please let our viewers and listeners know where is the best place for them to keep up with everything going on with you and Cigar Hustler and all the brands under the Pospiech umbrella of brands.
Well, you can always find me on the Cigar Hustler podcast. It comes out on Tuesdays by 10 a.m. If you've got a shop and you like to carry some of the cigars we talked about tonight that we carry, you can email me at mikep@pospiechcigars.com. There's cigarhustler.com where we serve all your cigar needs.
Fantastic. Well, brother, cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for being on.
It's been a blast. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a great time with you as always. So be well, say hi to everybody for us. And
yes, and Skip says subscribe to the Cigar Hustler Patreon. If you go to patreon.com, it's a Cigar Hustler podcast.
There you go.
And you are my favorite, Mike, just so you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're my favorite, Raul, too.
Thanks.
Mr. Julia.
I love it. And he's your favorite, Justin.
Justin.
And I'm your favorite, Matt.
Exactly.
See? Yeah. There you go. There you go. See? Can you feel the love?
Just ruin it. Now I'm not special.
You're the favorite Raul.
You're always special.
And I know at least 2-3 Rauls probably. So.
Well, yeah, living in Florida, there's going to be
a lot of Rauls everywhere.
Yeah. All right, viewers and listeners, guys, thank you so much for being the best part of How About That Cigar Live. We're so grateful for you guys spending time with us, for our viewers on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thank you so much for being with us. Of course, click on the big, beautiful buttons, the like button, the subscribe button, the follow button. And if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thank you guys so much. Whether you're driving down the road, working out, whatever it is you do, when you listen to your favorite audio podcast, we're so grateful that you make us a part of it. If you have questions for Justin, Raul, or myself, please feel free to email us on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. Be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at HBT Cigar. And of course, until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
Thanks, guys. Any comments, opinions, viewpoints, or statements presented or uttered by guests on the HBTC podcast, HBTC live video streams, and all other media from HBT Media LLC are solely those of the individual and do not necessarily represent the opinions or viewpoints of How About That Cigar or its parent company, HBT Media LLC, any of our advertising partners, or the premium cigar industry. The primary purpose of How About That Cigar is to entertain and to encourage activity and growth within the community of people who enjoy or want to learn about the enjoyment of